There's no such thing as sight reading. This is the A-flat major scale, spelling and visualization, 1 octave in treble clef. No scale sheets. Scale sheets make you worse. Visualize the staff, 5 lines and 4 spaces. There's a treble clef on the left. We got 4 flats in the key signature, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So if you're playing music with 4 flats, B, E, A, and D, this is a scale you're supposed to be thinking in your head when you play it. A flat's on the second space from the bottom with the flat on the left. See it in your mind's eye. B flat's the middle line with the flat on the left. C's the second space from the top. D flat's the second line from the top with the flat on the left. E flat's the top space with the flat on the left. F is the top line. G is sitting on top of the staff. And A flat's on the first ledger line above the staff with the flat on the left. Coming down, we have G sitting on top of the staff. F is on the top line. E flat's the top space with the flat on the left. D flat's the second line from the top. C's the second space from the top. B flat's the middle line with the flat on the left. And A flat's the second space from the bottom with the flat on the left. Now this scale, like the E flat scale, has an A flat in it. And if you're thinking G sharp, it's going to cause you to put on the G instead of on the A, just like it did on the E flat scale. And you're going to miss G's and play A's. But the new one, key of A flat, has a D flat. Now you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted to think of it as a C sharp in your head. You might even have music teachers tell you that a D flat and a C sharp are the same thing. It's not true. You've been misled. Don't believe the lies. Some scales and chords are spelled with sharps and some are spelled with flats. You don't get to pick which one you like the best. I know. You're more familiar with G sharps and C sharps than you are with A flats and D flats. I've heard it before. But see, that only matters if you're trying to read the notes. You're not supposed to read the notes. That's the whole point. Every note in music is in context for a scale or a chord. The only time you have to worry about the notes is when you learn how to spell the scale or the chord. Right? If you were supposed to read one note at a time, there wouldn't be any reason to have inharmonic tones. There wouldn't be any reason to have sharps and flats. There wouldn't be any reason to have key signatures. We could just label each note of the chromatic scale with a separate label. We could use the first 12 letters of the alphabet instead of the first 7. Then you'd be reading J's and L's and stuff like that. And you could read one note at a time just like you've been doing, right? The reason we have inharmonic tones and key signatures is to allow you to recognize and identify the scale or the chord and allow you to see the direction of the line. Once you recognize the scale or the chord, you don't have to read the notes anymore. You're not supposed to read them. So if you want to learn how to read, you got to learn how to spell. Some scales are spelled with sharps and some are spelled with flats. You don't get to choose your own spelling. My name's Mark Dooley. I've been a private music teacher for 36 years, focused on practical theory and music literacy. If you'd like to hear more, follow me. If you'd like lessons, contact me. If you can learn how to read words, you can learn how to read music.